Welcome to Jesus Yoga. Today again, let me tell you a story about two brothers. Once upon a time, there were two brothers and they were stealing sheep. And they were actually caught stealing sheep. And in that village, they marked those two brothers. They brand marked them because to be a thief of sheep was one of the worst things. So they got marks on their forehead and the letter S and the letter T for sheep thief right on their forehead. Now the older brother, he could not stand it. Everybody was mocking them. Of course, you could see the ST on their forehead all the time. And so the older brother decided to run away. And he went to another village and people were asking him, wow, who did this to you? What does those letters mean? What is the S and the T? What do they stand for? How did you get it? And at first, the older brother tried to avoid all those questions. But of course he couldn't because people were constantly asking him. So he kept on running from place to place, trying to escape from people, from questions, and feeling really, really, really bad. And he could not find his peace. Everybody was asking him these questions and he was so embarrassed about his past. He just did not know what to do. So at the end, he just really went into a reclusiveness all by himself, and he died in bitterness, unhappy, and really being lonely and sad, in pity. Now the younger brother dealt with this a little bit different. He endured all the mocking and the little children calling him, "There's the sheep thief coming, there's a sheep thief coming." And everybody was laughing at him and mocking at him and calling out, "Oh, watch out, there's the sheep thief." And the younger brother thought, I know I can't escape this. I'm just not going to go run away. So he did. And he shut up and he bore all the mockings and he just endured all of this. And he worked on being honest and being good to people and helpful. And over a period of time, people saw that there was honesty in him and integrity. And after a long time, people just forgot even the letters S and T on his forehead. They hardly ever saw that anymore. They just ignored it. It wasn't important to them anymore. And even to the younger son, it was not important anymore. He built himself a new life and he knew who he was. And this younger brother became like the symbol of turning from evil and turning his life around for the good, for better. So after a long time this all happened, a stranger came to that village. And he saw the man with the S and the T branded onto his forehead. And the stranger asked another man of the village, "What do those letters mean, S, T?" And the man of the village said, "Oh, it's a very long story. It's been so long ago, I hardly remember. I think the S and the T, they're short form for saint." See, you cannot run away from your past. It will actually kill you. You'll be lonely and live in bitterness. It doesn't matter how your past looked like. It didn't matter. See, one of the great saints in the Christian church was Mary Magdalene. She was a whore. And she's considered a saint now in the church. She turned from her ways. And many other people did. And they're considered saints now. A lot of great saints had a past. They lived a past. They lived a worldly life. Like even Saint Franciscus, they all had a different life. Not everybody was born into this and then they're just being a saint. They lived in the world just like everyone else. But at one point, they decided to leave their old life behind, to let go, to forgive yourself and to let go. And if you don't constantly remind people of your fault and you're still feeling guilty that this is the vibrations you're sending out to other people, they actually will let go and forget about that too. So instead of holding on to your misery, shame, feeling bad, maybe being angry, always wondering what would have happened if, you need to let go and concentrate on how you want to arrange and live your life now. And it's never too late to create the life that you want, the personality that you want, how you want to be, how you want to act, how you want to speak, your words and everything. You can choose to change it, just like the young son did. And at the end, he was considered a saint.